Now we would study about second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics states that the total entropy can never decrease over time for an isolated system, which is a system that neither energy nor matter can enter or leave. We have already studied about entropy, its role in the life and daily life activities, its role in the biological systems. So you might have cleared the concept already. The total entropy can remain constant in ideal cases where the system is in a steady state equilibrium or is undergoing a reversible process. Reversible process is the one that can move in both direction, in the forward direction as well as in the reverse direction. In all the spontaneous processes, the total entropy always increases and the process is irreversible. The increase in entropy accounts for the irreversibility of natural processes. So, second law can be expressed in many different ways. Its first formulation is credited to French scientist Sadi Carnot, who in 1824 showed that there is an upper limit to the efficiency of conversion of heat to work in a heat engine. That's the pure physical phenomena. The first law of thermodynamics provides the basic definition of internal energy associated with all thermodynamic systems and states the rule of conservation of energy, while the second law is concerned with the direction of natural processes. It asserts that a natural process runs only in one sense and is not reversible. For example, heat always flows spontaneously from hotter to colder bodies and never the reverse, unless external work is performed on the system. The explanation of the phenomena was given in terms of entropy. Total entropy S can never decrease over time for an isolated system because the entropy of an isolated system spontaneously evolves toward thermodynamic equilibrium. The entropy should stay the same or increase. Now, what is the second law of thermodynamics? So we can exemplify the second law of thermodynamics as entropy in an isolated system that is not in equilibrium will tend to increase over time until it reaches a maximum equilibrium level. If you keep the door open between the two adjoining rooms of different temperatures, the cooler room will become warmer and the warmer room will cool down until they both reach the same final temperature as shown in the figure. One implication of the second law is that heat flows spontaneously from a hotter region to a cooler region, but will not flow spontaneously the other way. This implies to anything that flows, it will naturally flow downhill rather than uphill. पानी हमेशा ऊंचाई से नीचे ही तरफ आता है. जब भी आपने उसको नीचे से ऊपर लेके जाना है, you have to provide the external energy. If you watched a film forwards and backwards, you would almost certainly be able to tell which way was which because of the way things happen. A pendulum will gradually lose energy and come to stop, but it doesn't pick up energy spontaneously. Similarly, an ice cube melts to form a puddle, but a puddle never spontaneously transforms itself into an ice cube. A glass falling off a table might shatter when it hits the ground, but the pieces will never spontaneously jump back together to form the glass again. Many processes are irreversible, and any irreversible process increases the level of disorder. And when disorder is increasing, automatically the entropy is increasing. One of the most important implications of the second law is that it indicates which way time goes. Time naturally flows in a way that increases disorder. The second law also predicts the end of the universe. It implies that the universe will end in a heat death in which everything is at the same temperature, and that would be the end of the universe. This is the ultimate level of disorder. If everything is at the same temperature, no work can be done, and all the energy will end up as the random motion of atoms and molecules. Hope so. You have cleared the concept that what is entropy, how second law of thermodynamics is explaining entropy. Thank you.